very low there and forced away by Stanley. Are they going to try and force something in the bottom lane? No. They don't keep that standoff and just slowly but surely poke it off. They do manage to wall off a bunch of Azubu Frost, but honestly, Taipei Assassins do not feel they can win this fight. They need Stanley to join them, and it can't happen at the moment.
I think it's a matter of time until this turret goes down. If TPA were to engage on a 4-man Azubu Frost team with Baron, they would most likely lose. I'm surprised that Azubu Frost is backing off because it seemed like they could get that turret, but there it is. They knew Stanley could be coming up the back, and they didn't want to engage in a 4v5 even with Baron. So despite the 44 total kills in only 35 minutes, we do see a bit of cautious play finally coming out of Azubu Frost.
A big game experience, of course. We talked about it earlier on. Very much keeping a cool head here are Azubu Frost. Toys continuing out to farm. Let's just have a look across the builds and the teams. I mean, how do you see this one playing out? At the moment, Azubu Frost winning every team fight. How do Taipei Assassins react to that?
On top of Azubu Frost winning all the team fights earlier, they've completed 2 Guardian Angels, so Shy and Woong both will have to die twice in the next fight, and TPA doesn't have one of their own. They need to be extremely cautious and almost hope that Azubu Frost dives a turret or does something silly. They have to focus around getting picks, and he's burning his ultimate. They're just diving through onto him. They're going to get him here. They're going to get him.
There's the crescendo, goes across the Karthus ultimate. Will be enough. Rapid Star picks up the kill. They're going to try and push on Stanley as well, but instead they immediately divert their attention and go straight for that bottom turret. They have a creep wave coming in. They will take that inner turret down.
And Azubu Frost actually just pulled off what TPA would have needed to do, picking off a solo member. There's no way right now that TPA wins an even team fight, even if it's on top of a turret. They have to pull off something very creative. You can see Toys is off getting blue buff, but this turret is going to be nearly impossible for them to hold. They only have 3 members, and Azubu Frost is flying in hard.
They're diving in here. Remember, they used a lot of ultimates to get in here, though, but they are taking the turret down very quickly. A flash from Rapid Star, an exhaust on towards Mistake, but it wasn't enough. They do take the inhibitor down regardless, and they're going to back straight off this one. Stanley is trying to peek across, but Azubu Frost quite happily disengaged. That's going to be the true shot barrage going across, not really doing a great deal of damage across them. They do make a stun on towards Shy. Can they pick one up here? He has got a Guardian Angel. Azubu Frost immediately turns to react. They're going to defend their comrade, and Stanley's trying to get in there. That's going to be the Curse of the Sad Mommy getting across, hitting the entire team, but Stanley is still in up there, and Wu is going to get taken down very low. Little Balls tries to get aggressive, but they disengage so quickly. They cannot catch up. That wall of pain goes across and effectively says, chase us if you will.
And that was a TPA fight where they had no AD carry. BB was still waiting for his death timer. It was a good repel. If they'd lost 2 inhibitors, the game would essentially be over. Overall, Azubu Frost, with that Baron buff, made very good use of it, getting the first inhibitor of the game and just extended their lead. None of their Guardian Angels have been popped. You can see they've been able to zone TPA out in team fights, and they really just have to continue doing what they're doing. With that long push, though, all their wards have actually dropped down, so this would be a moment for TPA to try to get a pick. They could take control of the area and hope to catch someone warding. But come 30 seconds from now, we see 5 wards out from Mad Life. He's going to be littering that Baron area with wards because they know the spawn timer is going to be a couple minutes later since their Baron just did fall off. And this is actually maybe a bit of a pause for Azubu Frost because their next play is forcing around Baron.
It could well be their last play as well because Taipei Assassins up against it here. Stanley trying to draw something out, trying to bait something out, and the ping's coming out to back off. You do not want to go in towards the situation. Azubu Frost, of course, with all the ultimates available, are going to continue.
Oh, this might be what they need!
They got caught out Cloud Templar. Isn't enough, though. He's just going to pop his ultimate. The Curse of the Sad Mommy comes out. He does get dropped. Have they got enough to try and continue? Or will they just disengage very quickly? Shirelli is wherever he was popped, and they do back away. BB with the ultimate just goes down to clear out those super minions.
More of that, though, for TPA. They caught Cloud Templar scouting and trying to ward, and the wall from Toys completely split him away from the rest of the team. The unfortunate thing here, though, is BB had to go back to base to clear out those super minions with the inhibitor down. That's the worst inhibitor to have down when the Baron is up because it completely takes him as far away as possible in supporting the upcoming Baron fight. That Baron spawning in 20 seconds. You can see TPA is trying to take control of it, but without 5 members, they don't have the confidence to start any team fights. There's the death timer on Cloud Templar, and they might actually charge this knowing the Cloud Templar won't be up for the very start of it. If there's a desperation play, this might be it.
And of course, without that Amumu ultimate, it may just give them that slight advantage they want in them 4v5 fights. But are they aware of the timer? It is now up. They will have vision of it, and Cloud Templar spawns. They are not in position to try and fight for it, and they're going to have to react and back off from this one. Taipei Assassins and Azubu Frost are going to be happy with that one. They realized that the danger they were in but now they've got themselves back as a 5-man team, and they are in the stronger position, Jack.
And they can go wherever they want as long as they stay grouped up. When Rapid Stars flashes up, though, it'll make them much more dangerous in teamfights because it allows his positioning with Defile to be even greater. He has that Void Staff, so most of the magic resist the TPA has isn't helping them very much. When that Requiem comes down, it's going to be devastating. They're clearing out wards, and they're actually looking to fight here. TPA is going to try to stop this because giving up the Baron would mean the game. But fighting Azubu Frost straight up 5v5 in a choke is also going to be a high chance of them losing it. They have to pull off something crazy here. They have to team fight perfectly if they don't want to lose here. Stanley walking right through a ward. Azubu Frost displaying a lot of patience.
And they're hitting the axe at the cross inside. Azubu Frost poking it. They don't have the vision though. Taipei Assassins desperately. Stanley's gonna maybe try and pull something crazy out here. It's Woong they want, but he's got that Guardian Angel. He's got that damage, and of course Rapid Star as well, poking it through.
Well, Rapid Star is up pushing top, so Azubu Frost trying to engage.
They're trying to go for it, and they can see. They're going to come back. They've dodged up towards Stanley. Stanley's the one that wants to take the damage, and immediately he turns into the rest of Azubu Frost. There's the gun to the South Molly. Rapid Star taken very low. They're going to use Azonia's Hourglass straight away. They can't manage to take him down. Cloud Sampler will get dropped by Stanley. Immediately turned into Lilmore takes down Rapid Star. Stanley's going to get dropped. The card it's a triple kill for Rapid Star. And now Woong and Shai should chase down Lilmore. And Shai gets the kill. And surely the game for Azubu Frost. We are 28-26. They're going directly for the Nexus turrets. Jack, what an amazing turnaround.
I thought that BB might be able to pull off the end of that fight, but the Requiem just destroyed him, and Rapid Star picked up his 13th kill of the game. They're now pushing down onto this Nexus. This looks to be the end for Azubu Frost. They look to have the 1-0 advantage, and what an amazing way to open the World Finals. 54 kills, 42-minute victory.
What a fantastic performance there. 42-minute game and a lot of kills. That is the way to open up the Season 2 World Final. And Azubu Frost, despite the fact they lost out, I think they're about 9-3 down after the lane phase, they certainly turned it around. That big game experience shown through. There's the Summoner Cup. That is what they're fighting for. Taipei Assassins, we saw them get destroyed by Moscow 5 in that first match. They're going to have to pick themselves up just like they did.
Gotta play like they have nothing to lose, and honestly, that's kind of how they're playing in that game. All of the tower dives, all of the aggression, exactly what we expected to see from both these teams. They were trying to outdo each other, and they can't get dejected with themselves after just one loss. There's plenty more League of Legends for them to play.